Hey, hi, hello, welcome or welcome back. I'm Heather, or if you're one of my students, Miss Postlethwaite, and this is Pages with Postlethwaite. And we are going to talk about the books that I read in July. I only read 3, but all 3 of them were 5 stars. So that's kind of a win for me. Like, I'm excited about that. So, and I loved all of them for different reasons. So the first book that I read was Everything for Everyone, an oral history of the New York Commune, 2052 to 2072. This has 2 authors, M.E. O'Brien and Iman Abdelhadi. So I loved this book. I loved everything about this book. And the cool thing, it is science fiction. It's set in the future, but the authors kind of come at this as if they are themselves as journalists recording these events that haven't happened yet, but happen looking at New York when the whole world collapses. So it basically takes the premise that our democracy failed and our society collapses, and instead of like going through all of that process, this is the aftermath and people recounting their part in rebuilding these societies that are a lot more socialistic and supportive of the whole community. And each narrative are people that played a part in building some aspect of this. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. It really accentuates the necessity of what community looks like and what small groups organizing, and how we don't have to fight every minute of every second of our lives to have the bare necessities. And it imagines a world, I mean, it was hard to get to this world, but it imagines a world where they're starting to figure things out and take a lot of notes from Indigenous culture, take a lot of strength from queer and LGBTQ communities who have been the support systems and know a lot about that. It doesn't hide from some of the hard pieces that had to happen to get to this point, but it also is taken from a place where here's where we are, here's this beautiful thing that we have. How did we get here? What was your part in it? It was so good. I need to own this book. And like easily it would have been the best book of the month, except that all 3 of the books that I finished this month were 5-star reads. So there's 2 more to talk about now. So highly recommend, especially if you are in the least bit political and maybe are trying to see what possibilities are out there. I don't know. It gave me hope in some pretty trying times right now. Second, the second book was a lot more lighthearted and not nearly as heavy. So I read The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. I loved it. This was for a book club, and it was just a cozy romance, just really a sweet, sweet story. You have Micah Moon, and she is a witch. They live in London, and they have these small groups that meet together once, I think, during the solstice, each solstice. But they get together, and they're not supposed to be overly involved with each other's lives. They just kind of come together and meet. And Micah has the funniest personality and sense of humor, and she's hysterical. And she has a little YouTube that she pretends to be a witch. No one's going to believe that she's really a witch. And anyway, blah, blah, blah. She ends up that somebody sees that and is trying to recruit her for a new job to come and nanny 3 little witches that are living in this house, and chaos ensues. There's a love interest, and the kids, they're 3 girls that are just absolutely the most precocious kids. I loved it. I really did. It was just a hug in a book, and just loved it. Highly recommend. And I gave it 5 stars. Yeah. The third book that I read, and I really scrambled to get it in July, and it was highly recommended by somebody on here. This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me by Iona Andrews, who is one of my favorite authors. It's a husband-wife team up, but I've just been binge reading a lot of their books lately. Anyway, this is the brand new one, and I was convinced to read it, and I'm so grateful because it was fantastic. I had checked it out. I got it like a lucky day kind of checkout, and it was overdue, and I needed to return it. Instead of returning it, I read it. So, oops. Anyway, so worth it. So worth it. It was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. We center on Maggie. It's going to be a whole series, which is my only frustration, is because as soon as you finish it, you're like, I have to wait another year for a book to come out. So if you don't like that kind of waiting, don't read this one yet, because it definitely leaves you on a, oh my gosh, what happens next moment. The book is fantastic. Maggie is kind of from our time and ends up somehow being sucked into her favorite books. And it's a duology that never got the trilogy, the 3rd book. So she's sucked in. She's not part of the story, but because those are her favorite books and she's read them a bazillion times, she knows how the story works and these characters and things that are going to happen. And so to survive, she kind of starts using that and selling knowledge and that kind of thing. Only the more she does, the more it changes the story, and I don't know how much more she is going to continue to know because she's just impacting it. And she can't die, or she dies and she resurrects, hence the name. Plus, I think the series is going to be called Maggie the Undying. But wow. It just wow. The whole story. It was so good. I mean, I love a good portal fantasy, but wow, it was great. Yeah. Chef's kiss. No crumbs. So yeah, this one and then the Everything for Everyone are like totally tied for me for July's best book, and I'm okay with that. They were so good. So yay for good books in July. I have definitely upped my reading in August, so I've already, I think, doubled what I read in July and still have half a month to go, so that's good. Funny update on HYCED. So in July, the side quest, this, if you don't care about HYCED, you can fast forward. But HYCED, so the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. They have the side quests. They're like extra bonus things during the month. And one of them was to read a book that's teal in July. I'd just like to show you again what I read in July. Lots of choices. So, yeah. I don't know if I was like paranoid and like, oh, well, will this count? Well, will this count? Oh, will this count? One of them doesn't count. And then I'm like, well, is this teal? I don't know. Anyway, I think I nailed that one. In any case, I updated my journal, so thought I would share a little bit of that with you guys, and I hope you are enjoying your books. Have a great reading week, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye.
Hey guys, so my video cut out when I was setting this up. So here's the finished product at the moment. I am gonna do one chart, but there's 3 books. So there's my teal books for the month. But I thought I would just do a flip through of some of the earlier catch-ups that I've done. I do have a video where I kind of set them up to get up, but never put it out there. So July, here's June, which I actually really love how this one came out, and the Drama Llamas. And April and May had 1 book each, so I figure I will just print out the books and put them there. But these were both really cute sticker sets. And then here's March, and I'm probably still going to do my chart there. And February, I just decided to make everything simplified, simple. This is January. This is the one that actually had a 2-page spread. I really love the stickers. I still haven't done the charts, but hey, I am caught up on my monthlies pretty much. So I feel kind of good about where we're at. And that wraps up July. So I guess I will see you in August. Bye, guys.